John's most anticipated film of 2013, the new Superman movie Man of Steel, opens on AMC theaters everywhere on June 14th. Reports are now coming out that the first studio screening of the film has already taken place and that the reactions to the movie have been outstanding. Film site Joe Blow is reporting that their studio source at Warner Brothers said reactions to the film include comments like "Best Movie of the Year," a Christopher Nolan story with Snyder effects and action. They also mentioned that the cape of the movie is indeed mostly CGI. John, should fans be excited about this sort of reaction?
Yeah, absolutely. Now listen, the pessimist in all of us will first say, well, it's the Warner Brothers people who saw it, so of course they're going to say it's amazing.
Best movie ever.
But remember, these weren't leaks made out to Variety. I've talked in the past 6 months with about 5 different studio executives talking about films their studio has coming out, and all of them have at least 1 or 2 that they go, this is not going to be any good. Like, I really want to just get past this one because I don't want to have to talk to people about it. Like, studio execs, I find, when you're just talking to them bluntly and talking about movies they have in their own studios when they're not at a press event, are usually pretty straight shooters and will kind of call it like it is. And so when they say, hey, you know what? They just screened this for the staff at Warner Brothers and they went out of their minds for it. I think this is great news. Now, normally, you got to take it with a grain of salt that, of course, it is the studio itself. But since I have people at studios tell me they hate their own movies all the time, to me, this is pretty exciting. Amy Rose, what do you think?
You had me at Christopher Nolan's story. I am a Nolanite. I love him so much. I think his storytelling and vision, and as a producer, not the director, I just think he'll kind of guide Snyder to be able to kind of tell the story the right way, like the Batman, trilogy did, the Dark Knight trilogy, and Snyder's effects and action have always been really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, visually, his films are great. The plot is sometimes where it suffers, and I really think Christopher Nolan's going to help that. I could not be more excited about this movie. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I think Nolan's involvement, we got to be careful not to overstate it. It's not like he's been on set. I think they kind of set the direction first, and then Snyder took it over and he went with it. But I think we're going to feel Nolan's fingerprints on it from the beginning. And you mentioned that Snyder's films are beautifully shot. See, I'm not joking around here. I'm dead serious about this. Zack Snyder did an animated film a few years ago that everybody forgets about. Legend of the Guardians, The Rise, The Owls of Ga'Hoole. Ga'Hoole, whatever you pronounce it. It was an okay movie overall, but visually, it was one of the most breathtakingly beautiful animated films I've ever seen. The quote-unquote cinematography of that movie was outstanding. And so I just, personally, I really can't wait to see what he brings to this.
Sucker Punch, while the plot was awful, I thought, visually it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, put that movie on mute and it's a 5 times better movie.
Yeah, and the women are hot and visually it's cool. So I just think those two together, and hopefully this will set the course for Warner Brothers DC films moving forward. Let's do this.
Yeah, and so yes, we should be excited.
Yes.
Even though, because if the Warner Brothers people didn't like it, that'd be something to be worried about. So yes, let's be excited that they liked it.
So excited.
Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to stop what you're doing and subscribe to our AMC Theaters YouTube channel to keep up to date on all the movie news, editorials, and our AMC Movie Talk Show. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to hear about all our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.